Dude, let's talk about something a little more cheery. It's I was gonna say it's New Year's soon. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's October.
Don't be that guy.
Have you heard of this? Open up that link.
Right.
Because I remember I was a kid, and we played this exercise in creative writing. I was been 9 years old or whatever, and it was like, hey, you've got one day where you can do anything you want. You got Tuesday, anything. Money is no object. And it was a super interesting divide down the class. We must have been we weren't 9. It was like first year of secondary school, so 11 or 12.
Or could you see the dreamers and the realistic?
No, it's gender divide down the middle.
Okay.
Because all of the girls were like, I'd go on a date with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Nice.
And all of the guys were like, I'll buy loads of shit. And one guy he was so smart, like 11-year-old came up with this. It was like, yeah, so what we'd do is we'd do all of this and buy all of this stuff, because this is what 11-year-olds want. We'd buy a helicopter, yeah! And then he says it gets to the end of the day, we jump on a plane, fly it all the way around, and get like 10 more hours. And I'm like,
That's the old ask a genie for another wish kind of wish.
Dude, yeah. I'm not smart enough to think of that, but this guy was on it. Which is weird, because he was kind of dumb. Anyway, this company does what my friend wanted to do as an 11-year-old, not buy all the stuff, but essentially, you celebrate. You start off, you fly, or maybe you live in, where is it in Australia?
So
Sydney.
Starts in Sydney.
You start in Sydney. You celebrate New Year's. I think it's till 2 o'clock in the morning.
There's a big sexy party with people. So it's a big sexy party. You're on like a rooftop terrace. It's like a whole. It seems to be like a whole event. It's not just a flight. It is an event. So there's a big party set up in one place.
Dude, if it was just a flight, I mean, how much is it?
It's
the articles in the articles
3.7 million rand, which is South African rand, which is we've got it
250,000 American dollars. So, and this is from last year. So this service
so
just
this is up to date,
started.
yeah?
So it's all up to date.
There we go.
So for this, I mean, because if it was just the flight, yeah, all the dudes are going to be busy and stuff. Like, so finding a pilot who's going to fly you on New Year's is going to be tough. Or like getting a flight at that time of year is going to be expensive. But you could do it for a few grand. And also, private jets.
Definitely. Sure.
Private jets are expensive, but they're not $250,000 for a 10-hour
it's the
flight.
most ridiculous purchase ever.
Yeah.
Private jets.
Ridiculous or awesome.
Oh, awesome. I want to buy a jet.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
That would have been on my 11-year-old list.
It's on my 32-year-old list. Although I was taking a flight back from London and it was delayed like 3 hours. Oh, for God's sake. This is one of those things. It doesn't matter if you're like economy, business, or first. If your flight's delayed 3 hours, your flight's delayed 3 hours. You're just hanging out in a nicer environment if you've got a more expensive ticket. With your own plane, you get to leave wherever you want. So I Googled, like, how rich do you have to be to have your own plane? You know what the average, and then I was like, you know what the average net worth of someone who has their own plane is?
$150 million.
You are so far off. $1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 billion to have your own plane.
Actually, I believe that. Yeah.
It's mad expensive.
Yeah.
To be fair, most of them are like corporate jets and stuff.
Yeah.
So, just executives fly around on them. But if you're a rock star and although rock stars have private jets and they're not worth $1 billion.
I think they did. I'm not sure like rock stars live in that same world of the 80s rock star anymore.
Well, it's not like they got poorer. Wait, you think they got poorer? Like Michael Jackson, Prince, Paul McCartney.
Oh, but they are like the richest people
They're billion.
ever.
They're
like,
billionaires.
they're
Was Michael Jackson a billionaire? I don't think Jackson was a billionaire.
I don't know if he was a billionaire. He probably was a billionaire.
Paul McCartney's a billionaire. Only just.
And a great musician as well. So
yeah.
Better throw that out. He's a great musician.
Also, for a guy who's worth $1 billion, terrible businessman. At least he was in his early days. You know he lost the entire catalogue to the Beatles?
No.
Yeah, he sold it to Michael Jackson. I got a video.
What?
Yeah, dude. I got a video coming up on this. So I'm not going to spoil it. If you're watching this, go subscribe to my channel Business Blaze, because I do a whole episode about Michael Jackson buying the Beatles back catalogue. So Paul McCartney didn't even own the songs that he wrote anymore. Yeah, dude. Madness. Madness. Shit. How did we get here? Private jets.
Private jets.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. Yeah, definitely can't get one of those.
We're not doing that.
But, it's still on my list.
If I'm allowed to take a quick aside,
hit me.
Did you know that that's actually how Richard Branson started Virgin Atlantic? He was. I think I might have told you this off air once.
He was on an island and a flight got cancelled, right?
No, he was in America, and because he lives on an island. He lives on
Necker Islands.
Necker Island,
That's right.
in the British Virgin Islands. And his flight got cancelled, and he walked around and asked the different companies if they had a Boeing 747 available, and then went round and asked each person that was meant to be on the flight, "Do you want to come? If you pay me $150, I'll take you." And
This is epic.
yeah, it's amazing. And they were like, "Yeah, okay, sure." And then some old lady came up to him afterwards and said, "Do you know, tighten up the service a bit, and you make a really good airline." And he went, "You know what? Okay." He tried it.
This is the heart of a businessman.
Oh, he's an entrepreneur like no other. Like he's a what do they call it? He's not a chronic entrepreneur. What was he? A serial entrepreneur. He just makes businesses. Crazy.
Have you read Losing My Virginity?
Yeah, amazing book.
A great book. You know he's written a new one.
Yes. What is it?
Finding My
Virginity.
Virginity,
Losing My
something like
Virginity
that.
again. The second entry.
Yeah.
I think that was what he was originally going to call it. Losing My Virginity again. The second entry. And then he had to like PG it up a little bit because they wouldn't let him release.
Can't get away with what he got away with in the 90s.
Exactly.
Um,
Anyway, let's bring it back. Here we go.
Yeah, so, yeah, essentially, then they fly you on this Gulfstream G550, which is an absolutely baller private jet. They say it's one of the most popular because it's the most epic.
Look at that.
Although this is like an understated one, I would say.
Yes.
This is,
I see no gold.
well, also those chairs don't look rad comfy. But the G550, these planes, and that carpet on that one.
Yeah, here we go. Sorry.
Viewers just listening, it looks a bit like,
Imagine old Vegas
yeah,
after it's been like, I don't know if anyone's been to Vegas, but basically imagine every hotel you've ever been into.
yeah,
That's the floor.
solid. And I would say it's almost the rest. This looks like a medium range hotel.
Yes.
Like a Premier Inn or something.
Premier Inn, yeah.
Also, and the seats look like weak business class seats.
Yes. And this is
Anyway.
definitely MDF. This is not pure oak. Look at that.
But normally they're a little bit nicer kitted out. But I mean, also when you're spending like whatever 40 million on a plane, spend some money. Come on, do the interior properly.
Exactly.
Anyway, so they put you on this plane and they fly you to what this article describes, the City of Angels, also known as Los Angeles, which is kind of Los Angeles is okay. So it's all right.
Yeah. It's got good beaches. Let's say that. It's got good beaches. I like the gym on the beach. That bit's fun.
Muscle Beach. The weather's good. They fly you there, and you get off and you celebrate again. How do you feel about this? And oh, by the way, you can take 8 people, so it's actually
quite
only 30 grand.
only. Oh, all right.
only
there you
30
go.
grand.
That makes a bit more sense. Well,
How do you feel about it?
Do you know what I feel about this? I think, as you said, you could do it on your own, much cheaper.
Yeah,
Without,
but you're not partying in the sky.
I suppose.
Or the alternative, the spa package. Although who would go for that?
No, it's I don't know. You know, I don't love this. I think it's a great idea, but I think New Year's is something to be celebrated once, like through out and out, like you go for it and then you die for the next 2 days. I don't know if I could do, like, flying takes it out of you. Have you ever noticed that when you do a long flight? Like,
Yeah, dude, it's called
tired.
jet lag.
Jet lag, and I suppose, like, if you're already drunk from your party in Sydney, you're gonna get there and you're gonna be like, nah,
Yeah.
not doing it. I'm going for avocado and
And look, if you're on a private jet and you're not getting drunk, what's going on?
yeah, what's the point?
Yeah.
And then you get there and you're so tired from all your partying that you've been going for 25 hours or however long.
I fully agree. New Year's parties, I feel I'm such an old man in my heart. I mean, I'm getting older, but it gets to 12 and I'm like, all right,
Done.
jolly good, bedtime.
Love to see you all, and like good luck for the rest of the year. We'll catch up later. Exactly. I'm sort of the same.
Right. And this just sounds like a nightmare of, okay, well, it gets to around 2:00 in Sydney. I'm getting, my hangover is already coming because I stopped drinking like after the second bottle of champagne or whatever. And then I got to get on a plane and drink more.
It's like Groundhog Day. It's like Groundhog Day on New Year's Eve. Like that's
yeah.
I go for it on Christmas. I'm not a big New Year's Eve person. Like I know, some people wait all year for New Year's Eve to come so that they can have a proper party. And I don't get it. Everywhere's busy. There's fireworks everywhere, which admittedly are cool for a bit. And then when they're
It's that slower burn.
yeah, it's
And
the
I enjoy
mulled
that
wine
more.
kind of
And I'm always like, I'll drink almost every day, like a glass of wine
I'm with
or
you, bro.
a second glass of wine, but I rarely get drunk.
I agree,
Like,
and I think
it's
that's the
just-
right way to be.
Yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know. What's the science on
I
that?
don't know.
It's like my
I don't know if my
liver's-
liver agrees.
It's like, doesn't really get drunk, ruins liver because he drinks every day. Who knows? Anyway, this is this. Yeah.
Well, this is available for those that are interested. So, I mean,
What's the name of this company? You want to sponsor an episode? Let us know.
what's the name of the company? Hang on, let's check. What
I would do it for the experience. I'd probably sleep on the jet though.